You told us today that after practice you were a little bit nervous going in just because you hadn't played in a while. Was there a moment you kind of got over that, said, all right, I'm good, I'm back to where I was before I got hurt? And I think you hit that one step back three that sort of bring sort of some comfort in some ways in the sort of part we saw.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like when I touched.
After months of silence and a season plagued by injuries that sidelined one of basketball's biggest stars, Caitlin Clark finally stepped back onto the court. But this wasn't just any return. This marked her first USA basketball camp, representing her country at the senior level, and her first real basketball interview in months. What she revealed about her sophomore season, the lessons she learned, and her major announcement involving herself and the fever will completely change how you see her journey. Let us know in the comments below how excited you are to see Caitlin back on the court.
And player development and everybody that has kind of been there with me, they haven't taken a break either because they invest a lot of time and they want me to be successful. So I think for myself, like it's not proving it to yourself again, but it's just that feeling. And I think it just made me smile quite a bit. Like I really did kind of feel like myself out there and just continue to get my lungs.
The numbers told one story, Bassett records broken in a single rookie season and historic performances night after night. Caitlin Clark had become basketball's brightest star almost overnight. But her sophomore year revealed a completely different reality. A right groin strain surfaced first, followed by a left quadriceps injury. Soon, groin injuries developed on both sides, and a bone bruise in her left ankle added to the growing list of physical setbacks. After just 13 games, her season came to an abrupt end. The transition from to spectator hit harder than any physical pain. Clark went from dominating every court she stepped onto to watching games from the sidelines. Quiet gym sessions replaced the roar of packed arenas, and physical therapy appointments filled the calendar where games once lived. Uncertainty clouded every day, as questions about when she might return to full strength lingered constantly.
And it's not something that can be messed up. And we're going to fight for everything that we deserve, but at the same time, we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, and that's what all of you crave as well. You want the product on the floor. And at the end of the day, that's how you make the money. That's how you're marketable. That's what the fans get excited about. That's what the fans want to show up for.
Those empty hours gave Clark something she never had during her meteoric rise: time to think, time to watch, and time to truly understand what her teammates experienced when injuries struck them. She observed their frustration during rehab sessions, witnessed their determination through setbacks, and watched them push through pain just to practice with the team. The isolation of injury recovery became Clark's unexpected classroom. Every day spent away from competition taught her lessons about resilience she had never learned while breaking records. She discovered that leadership extends far beyond making spectacular plays or hitting shots. True leadership revealed itself in the small moments, when teammates needed support the most.
Missing a game, and the fact is, when you're a professional athlete, it's going to come at some point. That's just how it goes. I think it's honestly taught me more than I've probably ever learned through the course of my career of, how to take care of your.
Clark began reaching out to injured teammates in ways she never had before. She checked on them regularly through text messages and offered encouragement during their lowest moments. For the first time, she truly understood what it meant to feel disconnected from the thing she loved most. The experience opened her eyes to the mental battles that often accompany physical setbacks, but those difficult months also revealed something powerful about Clark's character. She refused to let the setbacks define her. Instead, she used the time to become more observant of team dynamics, studying how veteran players supported younger teammates through adversity. She learned to appreciate the simple privilege of being able to compete, reflecting on how the experience changed her approach to relationships with teammates. Clark explained, "I think more than anything, it teaches you how to be a really great teammate and a really good leader, and understanding what your teammates go through." Obviously, I had teammates who have been through injuries and are continuing to go through injuries, so I'll always be there for them.
100%, it honestly took probably longer than I expected, but knowing my body's in a really good spot. And, I think more than anything, it just teaches you how to be a really great teammate and a really good leader, and understanding what your teammates go through. Obviously, I'm going to have teammates that have been through injuries and are going to continue to go through injuries, and always leaning on them.
Her commitment to supporting others became crystal clear during her recovery. If I have a teammate whose head going forward, I'm always going to be the one who texts them and checks on them, just pouring into your teammate. You can do that whether you play or you don't play. The injury period transformed her understanding of what leadership truly means. The longing to return to competition grew stronger with each passing day. I missed being on the court and playing. I would have taken 10 bad games in a row just to be out there playing. That's how much I love it, Clark admitted. The forced absence made her appreciate basketball in ways she never had before, and now that appreciation was about to be tested on the biggest stage possible, the pressure was real. Clark hadn't played competitive basketball in months. Every coach on staff studied her movements during, and every drill became an evaluation. The national team coaching staff, led by Cara Lawson, included WNBA coaches Nate Tibbetts, and Stephanie White of the Fever. These weren't casual observers, they were who would help shape the future of USA basketball. Lawson's coaching system emphasized exactly what Clark needed to showcase her skills. The offense created opportunities for quick decisions and sharp passes. The tempo favored players who could raid defenses instantly and make plays at full speed, while the spacing opened driving lanes for penetration. The system seemed designed to highlight everything that made Clark special before her injury troubles began.
Part of this new Olympic cycle with all of you being together and being so familiar with each other.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us have familiarity, whether we were playing on junior national teams together or whether we played versus each other in college or, obviously playing now versus each other in WNBA, or some of us obviously are teammates as well. So, we know each other.
Clark reunited with Cameron Brink, her roommate from previous USA basketball experiences. Their friendship, spanning nearly 9 years, provided comfort in the highly competitive environment. We've known each other for so long, Clark said, emphasizing how personal relationships help ease the transition back to high-level competition. The camp atmosphere focused on evaluation and chemistry rather than pressure. Clark reminded herself to smile and have fun as she integrated into the team structure. Her shooting range impressed coaches during practice sessions, and her quick translated seamlessly to the international style of play. The system allowed her natural instincts to flourish without overthinking every movement. Clark's presence alongside rising stars like Buchers, Reese, and Watkins signaled a generational shift for Team USA. The blend of youth and experience created dynamic practices in which everyone pushed each other to higher levels. Competition for roster spots intensified, with so many talented players fighting for limited positions. Her declaration of health resonated throughout the facility because it represented more than physical readiness. Clark had mentally prepared for the leadership role that comes with wearing the USA jersey. The injury period had taught her valuable lessons about supporting teammates and understanding adversity. Lessons that would prove crucial as Team USA prepared for its quest for a 5th consecutive World Cup gold medal.
She was actually my roommate one of the times that I played USA basketball, so I've known her for quite some time now, and then obviously throughout college continued to build our relationship, and then even now professionally. So it's always good to see people that you've known for 5+ years and even longer now.
This is the biggest moment in the history of the WNBA, and I don't want that to be forgotten, Clark stated during her media session. The weight of those words carried extra meaning coming from someone who had quickly become the league's biggest draw. She understood that these contract talks could determine whether the WNBA continues its upward trajectory or faces serious setbacks that might take years to recover from. Clark acknowledged the delicate balance required during negotiations. There has to be a compromise on both sides, she explained, demonstrating an understanding that successful agreements require from both players and ownership. Her perspective reflected mature thinking about labor relations, avoiding an us versus them mentality that could damage progress. The challenge of fighting for better conditions while keeping fans engaged clearly weighed on her mind. We're going to fight for everything that we deserve, but at the same time, we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, she said. The statement captured the tension many star players face during labor disputes, the desire for improved pay and working conditions, balanced against a responsibility to the supporters who fill arenas and drive television ratings. Clark's business acumen was evident when she connected the product to revenue generation. You want a product on the floor at the end of the day. That's how you make money, how you're marketed, what fans get excited about, and what they show up for. Her understanding of this economic reality revealed someone who thinks far beyond individual performance statistics. That same maturity shaped her off-season approach. Rather than rushing back simply to showcase her skills, Clark prioritized health over gains.